Hey everybody, it's Mr. Laba again here with more Algebra 1 CP review. This is the second half of the word problems we covered this semester. We'll talk about commission, discount, and markup here. It's pretty similar. So we'll discuss the basics, and all these problems are really close to the same in the type of calculation and how you do it. So let's jump into the first one here, which is about commission. All right, Mr. Cortez earns a base salary of $26,000 per year. $26,000 is the salary. Okay, so salary means that's what he is going to take home no matter what. No matter how many hours he works, no matter what he does, he's going to make $26,000. All right, then it says plus a sales commission of 5%. All right, so the commission of 5%. His total sales for 1 year were $300,000. Find his total pay for the year. Okay, well, if we're going to find his total pay is equal to his salary plus the money he makes from commission. Just write this as money, commission. Okay? Well, I know his salary, so his pay, so I'm going to use TP for total pay, is equal to 26,000 plus, now this is the thing I need to figure out. I need to figure out how much money he makes in commission. Well, commission problems, discount problems, sales tax problems, markup problems, they always do this. They give you a rate here. So the commission is 5%, and then they give you some sort of total amount. Well, for commission, that total amount here is the $300,000 in sales. So to figure out how much he makes just from commission alone, I'm going to put dollars from commission. All right. You take the rate, so 5%, remember divide that by 100, that's 0.05, and you multiply that by the amount of merchandise he sold. So not the number amount, but the dollar amount of merchandise that he sold. All right, now I got my calculator in my hand here, which again you can't see, so I'm taking 0.05 times 300. I need another, excuse me, I got my comma in the wrong place here, so let me fix that. So 300,000. Okay, so 0.05 times 300,000 gives you 15000. All right, so that would be $15,000. Okay, so that's how much he makes off the commission. So all we're doing is we're going to take that and put it right here in that money from commission spot. So how much does he make from commission? $15,000. How much is his total pay or his total take-home amount? It's the salary plus this commission amount, which again is $15,000. Okay, and all I'm going to do then is I'm going to add those up. So the total pay is equal to $26,000 plus $15,000, which comes out to $41,000. Okay, so there's your answer, $41,000. All right, now we're going to move on, and we're going to do another one that's very similar, but this time it's going to be a discount problem. Okay, so looking at discount. Mr. Cortez buys a pair of jeans originally priced at $73. Okay, so discount, $73. All right, so the normal price. It's not how much he's going to save or how much he's going to spend. That's the normal price. He has a coupon for 15% off. How much will he save? How much do the jeans cost? All right, well, how much does he save? The first part of this. Put dollars saved. Well, that's the same thing as discount, so we want to figure that out. Okay, now again, discount is given to us as a rate, so we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take that rate, 15%, divide it by 100 to get 0.15. We're going to multiply that by the original cost of the item. So in this case, the original cost of the jeans, $73. All right, if you look at this, this is very similar in the problem above. Actually, it's exactly the same as how we found the money from commission, or the dollar from commission right here. All right, we took the rate, okay, so the 0.05, we multiply that by 300,000. Well, it's the same thing. The amount of discount is the rate, the 15%, multiplied by the price of the jeans. So this is money, so you want to go to two decimal places. 0.15 times 73 gives you $10.95. All right, so this is $10.95. That's how much he has saved. That's how much he's saved with that discount. So if we want to figure out the actual price of the jeans, all right, think about this now. We know they originally cost $73. Well, if they're, I got an extra zero there I don't need. If they're discounted, that means we're going to subtract the amount of discount, which is the $10.95. So if you look at that, it's the same type of equation we did when we found commission, but with commission, we added on the amount he made in commission. We added on $15,000 because commission means he makes money. Okay, well, discount means that the price goes lower. All right, so we're going to subtract that out. So 73 minus 1095, and again, I'm just double checking myself in the calculator. Part of these videos is not to show you exactly what to do, but promote some good test taking strategies. Silly just to multiply this thing wrong, or to subtract wrong, or to do something wrong. So the total price of the jeans is $62.05. Okay, now similarly, we're going to markup. Same thing, same type of problem. Mr. Cortez buys an MP3 player for a wholesale price of $32. He marks up the price by 6%. So here it is again. We marks it up by 6%. We want to figure out how many dollars did he mark it up by. So here we go. All right. The amount of markup, which is the amount he increased the price by, all right, is the same way you find the amount of discount or the amount of commission, or if you get a sales tax problem, the amount of sales tax. Again, you take that rate, 6%, divided by 100.06, and you multiply that by $32. All right, so 0.06 times 32 gives you 1.92. So that's $1.92. So that's the answer to the first question. He's going to increase the price by $1.92. All right, well, how much did he sell the MP3 player for? Well, pretty easy. If he bought it for $32, all right, and then he marks it up, means that 32 is going to get more expensive. He marks it up, so we're going to add on the amount he marked it up by, which we just calculated was $1.92. And we add those two things up, we get $33.92, $33.92, so $33.92. That's how much he would sold it for in this situation. So just be careful as you're working through these, and the big thing is whenever they give you a percentage, all right, and they ask you about markup, and they ask you about discount, or even sales tax, or commission, you need to take that percentage and multiply it by the amount, all right? That's what we did in all three of these. In this case, it was the 192 I got when I did that. And then figure out what do you do with that 192. If it's a markup, you're going to add it on to the original price. If it's a discount, you would subtract it from the original price. If it's commission, and you want to figure out how much somebody makes, their total earnings for the year, you would take that, that number and add it on, just like we did for markup. I hope this helps, and we'll see you for a few more videos in the future.